Hello and welcome back to Transport's Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. Last time out we we had the brickworks running over to Ollerton, which actually works, and also we upgraded Berwick-upon-Tweed Station. I also have noticed that I've kind of made a mess here. There we go, that looks much better. So now you know how I get these screenshots. So, as I said, we upgraded Berwick-upon-Tweed Station. Off camera I've actually gone and added a couple of spurs onto the ends of this side of the station. The reason being is that I was looking at the length of the station and thinking perhaps I should look at making this station some 200 meters long now. So with this extra spur, which I haven't yet built the lines for, this ends up being 200 meters long, which I think is pretty good for this sort of era that we are in. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to be looking at, oh, apparently this building's changing. Okay. I'm going to be looking at a couple of other stations, perhaps even one. It depends on, let's grab that. It depends on how much I get done, but we are certainly going to be looking at least one station, and I'm going to be redesigning it. Most likely it's going to be Earley, and I'm going to do a redesign ready for going into the 20th century, because that is where we are headed. We are headed in towards the 20th century, which means that the lines are going to start getting faster. The trains are going to start getting better and longer, and the stations are going to be more grander. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Now, the first thing to also note here is I did try, somebody left a comment saying that there's a mod that will help bring these up. Now, I've put the mod in. It doesn't seem to have made a difference at this point in time. I'm not sure if I've put it in the wrong order or what, but clearly that has not worked. I've also noticed that at times there are flipped for some reason. Never mind. We're just going to pretend that is not a thing. For now anyway. So the station that I'm going to be looking at is going to be, well, first off, I want to get rid of this. I did say I'd get rid of it. There we go. And off camera I've actually done a few other things. Those other things being, I've straightened out some roads, and also I've added in little things like, for example here, little crossovers. This is how passengers or pedestrians would cross roads over public rights of way, like this one. So I've gone ahead and added that, and I'll be doing that wherever I see fit. And as I said, I've straightened up a few roads that were a little bit wonky. So the road sort of would curl a lot or twist a lot, particularly down here. And I just looked at it. There are still some to fix, for example, like this one. Really, being fairly flat, this should more than likely be just a straight road, not this wobbly road. So there are a few things that I still need to fix. Even here, this is not going to be as twisty as it is. Perhaps this part should be straightened up. This part may remain like that. This bit certainly needs to be straightened up a little. And so on and so forth. In fact, let me just give you a demonstration of what I'm talking about. So for example, I would just get rid of that. I would then pick a country road. Try and figure out what country roads these are to try and match them, but I never know which ones they are. Which is kind of an... it's these ones. Okay. And then I'd go ahead and just, for example, do that, turn it in, or do this, and then just connect this up like so. That is a much more realistic road. In fact, I suppose the turn may not be quite as sharp, so what we'd do is we'd do that, and then there we go. much more realistic, nice and smooth. This part I'm going to leave the same just due to where that is. This part here I think needs a bit of a fix, so we'll go ahead and do that. So we'll start by doing this and then just a gentle curve connecting up like that, and there we go. Much nicer. Not only does it make it easier to build on, but also it just is far more realistic. Right, this coming up this like so, I would probably say that it will end up doing that instead. That's a little better smoothed out over there. And perhaps let's have a look at what that gives us. It's not quite, it's a little bit better. Not quite there. And then this area as well just does not, that does not look right at all. So I would most likely do that, and then turn it in and connect it like that, and then put that road that we had here back in like so. Much better. So that is something that I'm starting to do around the map in these areas, and indeed I've done a little bit up here, which has led to redoing some of the farmland, some of the farmland boundaries. I'm just trying to find any example off the top of my head of where I did some of this. This area again, this is somewhere where I want to do that, but there are a couple of places where I have. Was this one area I did it? No, that wasn't it. Essentially, I straightened out the road. I think it might have been here actually. I straightened out the roads because this area was sort of running left right, so I straightened out the roads in a couple of areas and then said yep, that will be much better. Anyway, over to Earley. Let's go to Earley. Now this station is it's going to undergo a complete change. Now we do have a slightly larger road here. I think this is all going to undergo a massive change. First off, Earley is going to end up becoming a much larger station, and I think we're going to need to have 4 tracks coming out of Earley at some point. Simply because we've got tracks coming in from West Brom, we've got tracks coming in from West Mersey, we'll have tracks coming from Lichfield, and we've got tracks coming from Macclesfield. And if we think about it, if we have a look at Berwick upon Tweed, that's going to have tracks coming from Alford. We might do something from Benson. We'll have Downham Market and Ollerton. So if that's ending up as 4 tracks, then at the very least, Earley needs to end up as 4-track as well. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and start configuring this. And of course, we're going to go for the old King's Cross style platforms. Now, what I'm thinking with this station, the other thing I'm thinking is that this needs to be a larger station, but should I delete the entire station and just nudge everything up just a little? Just turn this slightly more, and then just have everything nudged up just a tiny bit, because I think that will really help. Or alternatively, I could put the station on this side instead of this side, and we'll have to move the bus stop. And the reason I say that is because we could have additional tracks here and have the station building on this side where we've got the bus station here. And I think that may be better. In fact, that is what I'm going to do. What I'm also going to do, though, is I'm going to take a couple of screenshots just so that we can see exactly what the station is like before and after. And it's just going to be rebuilding a mainline station. So if we have a look at that, we'll use 35mm lens here. I think that will work the best for us to get an idea of how this station looks. So from a couple of angles, let's have one from this angle here. Just sort of do that. So I think that's pretty good. So I know what this station looks like. And now let's get on with the rebuild. So where are the nearest trains? I need... What is this train coming or going? This train's coming in. Right. I need that area clear. We look clear there, and I think about there is as clear as we're going to get it. Yes, because we're before the split there, where we've got this train just entering the block for the massive depot. This depot needs to be redone as well, but I need to make a few adjustments with the depot, and then we can bring this in. And in addition to that, we'll be able to use this depot to pull trains directly in. So I'm sorry, all of you people, but this station is... is it about to close? Maybe not. Maybe not. The station still exists. This is good. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Do I want the King's Cross platforms? Do I want double-sized platforms, single-sized platforms here? Because if I do, what I could do is this here could end up being the West Bromwich Spur termination. So I do that. Not sure why it isn't accepting this bit here. So if I get rid of that, then I do that, then I delete that one and that one. So that's the West Brom Spur platform, although we probably do not need that much going on that platform. Let's get rid of all of that. So if we have that, is that going to be necessary? That's the question. Is that going to be necessary to have a platform looking like that? Or I have an idea. Let's start breaking. Let's break two of these. Put these back in. There and there. This is going to become a longer station, by the way. So we are bringing this up to... So each one of these is 40 meters, I believe. So we've got 160, 200 meters. There we go. That is now a 200 meter platform for all of that. Hey, look, the people are above ground on this one. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. Similarly here, now this is where it's obviously going to get a little bit awkward, but we will go ahead and figure this out. So we have two tracks. I could have a pass-through track for freight. That would be very interesting. So if I go ahead and let's delete these tracks as well. I know the tracks are going to come back in. Let's go ahead and delete the tracks. Let's go to tracks, and I've actually been taking some mods out, believe it or not. These are the more modern platforms. I will be moving to these at some point. Mad Hatter Builders, yeah, we're not worried about those at the moment. So there you go. You can see that I'm down a bunch of tracks. Let's go for 50 mile per hour through these. Could we do that? Why are you not allowed? Oh yes, of course. You'd have the trouble with those. 50 mile per hour through that. We can have a single pass-through track there for freight, and I think I am going to be running freight through here. It's going to look really nice when I do that. So we'll have a single pass-through track. And we can do that. This one goes like so, and then we have another platform set. Or do I want the platform sets on this side, crossing over here instead? In which case, that's the end of that set of platforms. Then we need another set over here, which we could do. Oh, I'm just thinking about how we're going to do this. So we certainly want King's Cross platforms over here. This area is going to be platform. There you go. That's platform. That's a given. Let's get rid of this little bit here. I have a feeling this bit of road is going to really end up being in the way. So I may just get rid of that bit of road and just block it off. That might be something to do. Get rid of that, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. Push this all the way back, I think, to that, which means that I can increase the size of this road if need be, which is something I probably do need to do. And then I've got this option coming in from here. Coming back up to the station. Now I can... If I put a section of platforms here, how many trains are coming in here? We're going to have the Lichfield line, which could probably stop on this side. And then, right, what trains come in here? Hang on. Earley to New Romney, so that stops here. West Brom to Earley, that stops here. Why do I not have a West Brom to all the way across? Oh no, because this one's going to stay on this side, isn't it? Yes. So that stops here, that stops here. Essentially different train companies. So if I were to do that and bring that along here and then pull it in over on this platform, we've got the two main platforms, a pass-through for the freight, whether it's going to be whichever line it's going to be on. They just have to wait if a freight train is coming through. And two more platforms on this side for people who would not be quite as busy. Do I want to increase the platform size though? Do I want a platform that big for these? Or is that too big? That might be too big, at least for now. So if I just put the tracks back in, let's stick that 50 mile per hour track back in, all the way through all of this. There we go. And then we'll have that bit there. That's the end of that platform. That bit there. That's the end of that platform. And then I do need another platform here to get across because that's where the building's going to be. In which case, what if I actually had two lines as my main line going through, a platform the freight line, the passenger line. Yeah, that's probably better. Yeah, I know there's a lot of messing around on this, but this is how I design things. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. If you are, do press the like button. It really helps. YouTube algorithms and all that. It's unfortunately just something that needs to be done nowadays. So if I put this in here, like so, then I put another platform there. You've got a platform there. That's the main line, so that's that line coming in there. This one will have that join and have a spur. We can also have it split so that the freight could just pass through on this side. This is not going to be a line that's used often, so you can just run the freight through there. That's a possibility. Yeah, I think that's a possibility that I would like to take. There we go. This has made it quite complicated, but that's okay. This whole section needs to be redone. Then we're going to have. Should we just put a parking? I might put train. I might put train parking over here. Just park up a couple of locomotives and wagons and stuff. Nothing ever gets used. Just park them up. And likewise, I might put the station here and then have a few railways just here with some trains parked up, because that might look interesting. Speaking of passenger buildings, here we go. And we're going to start figuring these out. We're going to start turning these all blue. It's kind of a small building. Do need a larger one. That's a little large, but that being said, I mean, we are going. It's not like we are. Actually, that I do like that building. That with that on that side and that on that side. That's looking pretty good, and why not? Not over here. No. Let's leave it like that for now. Can we put a little shelter on these? Oh wow, we can. Although the shelter sinks into the ground massively because it's not designed for these, whilst, as you can see here, you have to take steps up to the platform. Unfortunately, step-free access is not enabled at the moment. We do want to get ramps. It would be really nice if we could get ramps on this. There we go. So now what I want to do is I want to right, on this side, how's this going to happen? I think this road is essentially toast. Yeah, that road's toast. This is probably toast as well. Could I? No, that's toast. Okay. So the road just ends there because of this. I should be able to connect up these tracks. Now I'm going to increase the speed limit on these to 60 miles per hour. Why am I doing 50 in the station? Not entirely sure. I'll figure it out. I mean, it's fairly easy to change the station, but I am going to increase this track all the way here to 60. I will just start off by doing up to West Mersey. And the reason I'm doing this is just so that I do not forget. So I know this entire section up to West Mersey is going to be 60. There we go. And that's looking pretty good there. And there, right into West Mersey, that is now 60, and I know that. Also, that means that you and you disappear. Signage, I always get that wrong. 60. There you go. There's your 60 signs. In both directions. I'm not sure why I do that, but that is also. I'm also putting that there to remind me that, hey, by the way, these are 60. This section of track is now all 60. There we go. Right, that ends there. So that is not going to be an issue. We are stopping the trains there. In fact, we could probably put a small road just up to here. There we go. So the road goes right up to the edge of the station platform. Now at 200 meters, what this does give us the option to do is eventually expand up to this area, and that will give us a full-size station. Next up is obviously getting this bit of the road network sorted. Realistically, a large road is not needed here. So I'm going to do this, and then that should be okay. Followed by a connection that ends up joining onto that right there. And that was my idea. Now, we just wait for the autosave to do what it needs to do. Anytime now. There we go. That's that done. Right. Now what we need to do is we need to connect this up to that. Now this is where I think this is where we need to look at getting a bridge put in. Right here. And that bridge is going to probably start here and then go across to there. This is going to be a little difficult. Because if once we put the bridge in, we're in quite a good state. The reason being is that having 4 tracks going across, in fact, no. I'm not going to put the bridge in just yet. What I am going to do though, is I'm going to say that this farm is going to end up a little bit smaller than it was before. So, the farm now ends up something along these lines. There we go. That gives us the opportunity to build a rail into here. Okay. We're also going to 60 this entire section, by the way, once I've got this sorted. If I now increase the size of this road right up to here, that now gives us one large road that we can essentially build track into. That's 58. Why are you 58? What is... Ah, okay, I see. What we want to do is we probably want to demolish that sign, and we want to do a 60 from here. That should hold 60 all the way, and it does. So there's 1, there's 2. Now at this point in time, I was going to say, at this point in time, all of these should be okay-ish. What we're missing is the crossovers. Now, we could theoretically have the crossover here. So if I were to just do 25 mile per hour crossover just here. Excuse me. There we go. Just there. That should... See, that opens that up. Now, if I then look at this one here, manage this line, take a look at Earley. Oh, that's the wrong side. That's going to be platform 2. Coming back, that's going to be platform 3. There we go. And then that should be okay all the way to down through West Mersey. Yep, that's all fine. So that still works for us at the moment. That's working. What we do want to do is we want to adjust this part of the track so that whilst it joins up here, it also has the single branch going across. Now for that, I kind of need to rebuild this section of track. So I'll go ahead and rebuild this section. And it's just sort of just this area here that we need to rebuild. So the first thing I want to do is I want to have a much smoother approach. This is 40 miles per hour, right? All the way. Yes, I'm probably going to leave that at 40. It's not a big track. So I want this to be a much smoother approach. Like that. Yes, that's what I want. And the same thing there. However, I also want... It still gives us this weird straight line section, which I'm not really keen on. Why does it keep doing that? How far back do I want to take this then? I want it to go over, right. If I get rid of this bit and this signal and then put the line back in. No. Put the line back in. Maybe that's going to be better. I think so. Oh, by the way, somebody was asking, I saw a comment, someone asked what this mod is. I cannot remember. It's something about line details or something, track details. If I remember, I will put it in the description box of this video. If not, please remind me again and I will find out for you what this mod is. There we go. It's a really useful mod. I cannot remember exactly what it's called. There we go. That is a lot better. Now, alongside this, what I could do is I can do that. Please work. It does. It does work. I can do this. And this. That's looking pretty good. And then as I come up to this position here, I can bring this in like that. And then over like that. There we go. That's another platform sorted. So now what I could do is I can take a look at this line and take Earley platform 1. And that's looking pretty good. Now, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? That's single all the way, but why are you what's your problem here? You should be going past that. And then on this side, you probably want a signal about here. Yeah, I do want a signal here. For this one, the signaling can probably go... Anna, where should I put this signaling? That signal can go there. I've got this signal in the wrong place. That signal goes there. Still doesn't want to do that. And then I've got another signal that goes and stops here. That's for the train coming into this. If that's a shorter train, or I can just have the signal here and it's for whichever. Whether it's going across, coming back this way, whatever it is. Similarly, I probably want a signal. I'm going to put the signal way back. I'm going to put the signal way back here. If we cross through this section, then any trains coming off here must wait if they need to come across. So if we've got a freight train that needs to come across here, then it can do that. And then, of course, we've got the cross that has to go across there, which at the moment I may leave. So we've cleared up that area. Now I've got to clear this area. So again, if we put some tracks in, this zone is, I want these lines to be no more than, what speed is this? 40. That probably needs to be a little bit faster than 40. We'll probably up that to 50 at some point. So I'm just going to hit the 50 mark here already. And I will do that. And that, remember this could be a freight line. Do I want it to cross 4 tracks here? I think so, and then have it join up and do whatever it needs to do. So I'm going to make it join. In fact, can I not just do this, that, and that? There we go. And then similarly, just make it join up like that. That's not exactly very nice looking, so what if I just did... Okay, will you accept that? You do. And to be fair, that's a lot more realistic. Slight kink there that I'm not too happy about, but that's a lot more realistic than we had before. I could put some bushes or trees here. I also want to knock out this center line of assets. That I knew that was going to take out the 60, which is annoying, but it's fine. It's also going to probably knock out the 40 here, which we do not need. I'll take it back. Should I take it back to... Let's take it all the way back to back here, because this asset's wrong anyway. That's going to say 50 where it's 60. And I think we probably need to knock it back to there, roughly. Yep, up to this. Yep, up to this signal. So that's knocked all of the fencing out. I say all of the fencing. It's a bit there. There we go. That's looking good. Okay. So, now that I've done that, what we probably want to be doing... There's still some assets here. Go away. What we probably want to be doing is adjusting this line to join up on this line instead, and then having a crossing. Do we need anything going across there? Or if we do that, then have a crossover, that might be better. So let's attempt that. Yes, I know. In which case, it might be better to clear up a little bit here as well. There we go. Just a little. And then, okay, clear up a little bit further. In fact, clear up to that junction. Let's just clear that section, because I'm going to pull it back to the junction. And then 50 mile per hour track, not there. 50 mile per hour track, that then joins up like that. In fact, I'll do that and then joins up like that. Okay, and then the same thing happens here. Joins up. Apparently does not want to join up. What is wrong with you? It's not 44, 45 mile per hour. What is wrong with you? Why are you not? You want to go 50 there. You do that. And then you do that. And then, right, I'll redo this bit. There. What? Try that again. From here. There we go. Right, and let's do that part to add in that last bit over here. So now obviously the fencing will come up to about here, but also as this is going to double up as our freight, should we need it, we're going to have a 30 mile per hour crossover set just here with a double slip switch, just like that. We will put our signaling. Where's the flip? There's the flip. Oh, that allows us to come in, but doesn't allow anything to go over. Which is, I suppose that's okay. If it doesn't allow anything to go back over. How complicated can I make this? Can I really ruin this? Like, for example, is there a way for me to fit something into? No, there isn't. So if there was, that would be quite interesting. Although I could, if I wanted to, do that and then jump it across again. Should it need to? That would be on the wrong side. Then it swaps over, and then it swaps over, and I'll get back to how this junction works. I'll certainly get back to how this junction works. Signaling. I need a signal here. I've got a signal up there, which I'm actually going to pull back now to here due to length of train. There we go. We've got that crossover there. This one is complaining probably because of lack of crossover. So let's put the crossover in. There. Now what are you complaining about? Is it you? Are you happy now? Okay, it's happy now. So now we have a much larger station. That's a much larger station. That's only taken 45 minutes or so. I will also increase the length of this road ever so slightly. Like that. I'm going to redo this bit to try and match what it may have originally been, which I think was something along those lines. There we go. I'm then going to... Right, we have a station here. Now I think that given how this looks... Oh, there are a few other things I need to do here. Should I put the platform... Right, question for you guys. Platform covers or no platform covers? That's a question for you guys. What do you think? Let me know, and if I get a decent amount of comments with the suggestions for it and saying yes or no, then I will do accordingly whatever's been told. For now, I'm going to do that. In fact, I'm going to have a bunch of these. Let's have one this way. There we go. That one goes through the middle, and yes, that'll do. There. That's looking quite all right. For now, I'm just going to put some basic benches and waiting areas and stuff like that. So I'll just put some benches down here. Just all of these can have some benches, and I'm going to put some platform covers. What? No, that's not what I was after. Where's the cover canopy? Where's the canopy? Not that canopy. There it is. We'll just have a little bit in the way of canopies over the chairs, of course. And should I just do that? There we go. That's where the canopies are. So it looks like a decent station, and these people are not falling into the ground. You guys are clearly going to die. Where are all of you? Oh, that's because that's where the station was before. Yes, of course. I can also then upgrade this to a full-size road, something I've been wanting to do for a while. Could I then put a platform here and have a side station on this side? I could very well do that. I can put because then I could, so if I put a platform here, which is kind of annoying. I didn't want to do that, but oh no. Why can I not put a... Why are you not letting me do this? How big is that? How big is that? It isn't that big. So why is this not a possibility on this side? Right, that I do not know. So that's kind of not... That's not worked the way I wanted it to, so we're going to get rid of that again. So let's go get rid of that. It's a bit slow. There we go. And all I now need to do, and I think this is where I end the episode, is check the bus route. Now, if I leave that bus station there, add in another bus station just here, get rid of that bus stop, put the bus station in. I was going to have a few lines that were just going to stop here, was I not? Because what we can do is we can have the depot literally coming straight into the platform if we want to. Let's have a look at what kind of bus stations I can put in. Will you fit? No. No. Give me some sort of fancy bus station. I think I'm going to have to do a lot of work on this. But I can put a bus station just here. And that is not going to look all too terrible, to be perfectly honest. I could do that. And that really does not look terrible. I know that's saying Earley exchange, Earley sidings. What I then do is I will not do that. I will do that. I will make a change to this after Green Lane for Early sidings or Early exchange. For this one, after that, I'll do that. Pick a different platform. Come on. You've got all the options in the world. Why would you do... Look, you could do that. There you go. That's looking nice now. So I can do that and that. Where are you lot going? So this is much better, aside from this stupidity here. I do hope that Transport Fever's update sorts that out. And then this may end up just being a bus stop. Eventually we'll downgrade this to a bus stop. And yeah, that will be that. Okay. Picture time. Let's take a look at the new... This is the new Earley station. And I think it's looking pretty good overall. Let's go over on this side. Turn around. Something along those lines. I do think that is looking really good as a station. I think that's going to work really, really well for us. So with that, let's play this and let's do that. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever 2. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon if you can do so. I think all the signals here are fine. And look, now both of these trains can come in at the same time without any worry at all. Is this doing what it needs to do? It is. Perfect. And that is exactly what I was after. Realistically, what you could do is have another line then. Essentially, you want the train to reverse along that line, but there we go. Yes, so Patreon, link in the description box below. If you can do so, I'd really appreciate that support. If I just pause that there, look at the size of the trains we can now have. So this train is 54 meters long. We could, in theory, and we'll work this out once the train moves forward. Yeah. Stop. Okay, that was a little bit short. But we could, in theory, have, so you've got a 54 meter train. You could put another 54 meter train behind that, so that's 100 meters. You'll have another 50 meters, 150 meters. So yeah, you've got a 200 meters worth of train. That train could be 4 times longer now, if we want to do so. Also, you can find me on social media at ECGadget LP for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me. This is looking pretty good for Earley. We need to start doing this in a lot of other places. Name the next city you want me to do this in. So here we go. Should I do it in West Mersey? Should I take a look at doing something funky in Barnstable, which I think Barnstable looks pretty good already? Or should I look up towards Macclesfield, Carnforth and Bracknell? Those are the next options that I have. West Brom could also do with a little bit of an update, but it's still going to remain a small station, I think, for a very long time. So let me know which ones you think I should do next. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time in Transport Fever 2 and everybody sank into the ground. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.